If you are a business owner and you end up going through a divorce, there are some differences and some complexities that come up in your case. Now, first and foremost, you want to make sure that you're working with a mediator who is financially savvy to understand and be able to help you with these issues. Ideally, somebody who is a CDFA or Certified Divorce Financial Analyst, such as myself. But the things to remember if you're a business owner going through a divorce, first off, your business can be both an asset and your income. And so a lot of times when I'm working with business owners, they'll say, well, my business is just how I earn income. If I don't have the business, I don't earn income. And for some people, that's true. And the business may not have a value, but there may be a value to the business and may need a business valuation to determine that, and also be your income. And so, in addition to doing a business valuation, you're often needing to do what we call income for support purposes. And so I make referrals of my clients often to certified business valuators who are going to work with you to understand what is the value of the business, and then also calculate income for support purposes. And that's because as a business owner, you may have expenses that you run through the business that need to be add backs or other ways that you are paid or not paid that need to be considered for support purposes. The other thing to consider if you have a business is that your business may be community property and or separate property. So for instance, if you had a business that you started during the marriage, well, then that is going to most likely be 100% community property. There may be some reasons that it's not, but for the most part, that would be community. But if you started your business before you got married and then you continued to operate it during the marriage, absent a prenuptial agreement that says differently, that business is then going to be considered both separate property and community property. Now, the thing to remember is that as a business owner, there are options on how that is dealt with. There's not just a one-size-fits-all model, and it's important, like I said, to have a mediator who can understand it and help you come up with options. Do you want to buy your spouse out of the business? Do you want to continue owning it jointly? Do you want to sell, or a number of other options? And then one last thing, although for those of you going through a divorce, this may seem too late. Something to consider in the future if you remarry or if you're not yet married is having a prenup, because your prenup or premarital agreement, as I like to call them, can protect your interest in the business, a separate property, and set up agreements that are going to work for you and your spouse. So if you're a business owner and divorce is imminent, make sure you talk with a divorce professional who's going to understand the complexities of your business.